everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right, so as you can see by the thumbnail, yes, I have had the worst experience ever when it comes to going to the cinema. And I felt it was only right to stop by and share this story with you while it's still somewhat fresh in my mind. I'm shooting this video on the 23rd of July. This all happened on the 22nd, last night. So yes, it's very fresh. And I am one of these people that I think you should never bottle these things up. If you have the means to unleash it, I would definitely recommend doing so, because all it's going to do is frustrate you for the day. Thankfully, I have a YouTube channel and I can unleash all of this onto yous, and I hope yous don't mind. Now, I'm going to take my time here because there is quite a bit to get through. You will not believe how bad things actually got. I could not find one redeeming quality about last night. Now, Ellen was with me as well, and I can tell you now, this was the worst cinema experience she's ever had. As a matter of fact, I'm sure nearly everybody in the cinema were feeling the exact same way. So I'm going to start from the start. It was when me and Ellen walked into the cinema, and the only way I could describe it, walking into the lobby, the only way I can describe it, it was like walking into a furnace. We couldn't believe how hot it was. It was ridiculous. Now, the cinema was packed, which is not a bad thing. It's great to see people are going to the cinema. But unfortunately, there was a line a mile long to the food and beverage stand. I don't do well in heat. I was standing in this line. I was pissing sweat. I was horribly uncomfortable. I was very embarrassed. All I wanted to do was get my food and my drink and get into the cinema. Thankfully, the line moved along very quickly. So we got our drinks, we got our food, in we went. We walked out of a furnace and we went straight into a flamethrower. Yes, the cinema screen was even hotter. Now, we're talking maybe 30 degrees of heat, and that was at the start of the night. This was when the screen was empty. It started packing with people, and as you know, when you fill a cinema with people, you get that extra bit of body heat, and the room started getting warmer and warmer. Me and Ellen were so horribly uncomfortable, and we were sitting at the back, and I could see the entire audience, and as the movie went on, you could actually see that they were all slowly slumping down. It looked like they were dissolving. It was horrendous, the heat. I've never felt so uncomfortable in all my life. Now, the good thing was, I had a lovely, cool beverage right beside me. Or so I thought I did. I took a sup of it. It was meant to be Coke. I took a sup of it, and it felt like I was drinking warm elephant piss. It was sure as shit not Coke. I don't know what the hell it was. So I was like, right, I'll put that to a side. I'll start at me nachos. Now, going back to my nachos, when we ordered them at the food stand, the gentleman behind the counter asked me, did I want jalapenos? And I made the mistake of saying yes in that heat. Ridiculous. I don't know what I was thinking. Here's the thing though. He took out a jar of jalapenos. Instead of picking them out, he actually poured them. He poured it over these chips. So you got all that kind of vinegary water all over these chips as well. I bit down on one. It was soggy, and it tasted like cat piss. Cat piss chips. So in one hand I had cat piss chips, the other hand I had elephant piss. So I was like, wow, that's €15 I'm never going to see again. So I had to throw that to a side, put it down. Okay, I'm not going to be eating anything or drinking anything. I'm just going to dissolve and die. Right, the movie was on. 20 minutes in, all of a sudden we could hear knocking. This knocking did not stop. It carried on through the entire movie. Me and Ellen didn't know what to think. We were like, where the hell is this coming from? And we realized that maybe it was the air conditioning was trying to come on, but it wasn't working, and instead it was making this huge knocking sound. It was either that, or it was someone behind us using Morse code looking for help. One or the other. But it was horrendous to listen to. This knocking throughout the entire movie pissed me off. Anyway, back to the movie I go. So, when it started, me and Ellen noticed fairly quickly that whenever someone spoke, there was no range It was almost like they were whispering. It wasn't reaching us. So I was like, what the hell is going on here? So I looked around the cinema. I looked to the left of me. I could see 6 speakers. Looked to the right of me. There were 6 speakers. None of them were on. 35, 40 minutes in, they unexpectedly came on. And it actually reminded me of a scene from Blazing Saddles.
To the Honourable William J. Lepediment, Governor. Forgive me. We, the white God-fearing citizens of Rock Ridge.
So yes, the sound was very strange on this one. It's almost like the projectionist just turned around and said, oh shit, I forgot to knock on the power here. And these speakers just unexpectedly came on. So yes, for 40 minutes, the sound was quite poor on this one. Onto the screen I go. Yes, we're going onto the screen now. I don't know how to describe it to you. It was, I don't know, was there fading going on the screen? Or it was just pure dirt. But there was shading all over the screen, and it was very noticeable. So we were looking at that from start to finish. I'm not kidding, that's how bad things got. Think about it. I was sitting in a cinema that was over 30 degrees of heat. There was knocking going on. I couldn't eat or drink anything. The sound was terrible for 40 minutes, and the screen looked like shit. And I know what you're thinking, could it get worse? Yeah, because you may have noticed that I haven't mentioned what movie we went to see. I had the displeasure of going to see I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one. Now, I want to be careful here because I don't want this video to become a review. I will tell you this one thing. This is hands down the worst movie I have ever seen in a cinema. Never mind the experience. Put all of that to aside. Everything that was going on. This movie is awful. Sony didn't give a shit about it. Sony clearly didn't give a shit about it because the cast that they brought in had absolutely no chemistry whatsoever. Some of the worst dialogue you are ever going to hear in a movie. You will not believe how bad this dialogue got. Again, I'm not going to say anything here because I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But I have to tell you is, if you are a fan of the first 2 I Know What You Did Last Summer movies, do not ruin that experience of seeing those movies by watching this one. It ruins the legacy. It really, really does. And I am going to do everything in my power to effectively block this movie from my mind. So there you have it, folks. That is my story, and like I said, it couldn't have went any worse. It was the only best thing about it was when we actually walked out of cinema. And actually, speaking of walking out, I have never seen an audience so deflated walking out of a cinema. Everybody was miserable. They looked so sad. The environment was horrible. You know, the movie was horrible. It was just. It was a terrible experience. And the thing is, I know it wasn't me that went through it. We all went through it together. You can tell that not one person enjoyed the movie. No one enjoyed the experience. There was no way you could possibly enjoy it. It was just sheer misery. And I'm not one of those people. I know a lot of people are going to say in the comment section, oh, why did you not call onto management and complain about this? Ellen is going to send an email. But I'm sure there was a lot of people in there going up to management and giving out shit about everything that was going on. I just didn't want to add to it. So yes, folks, that is my story. And like I said, it was a terrible night, an absolutely terrible night. And I have to tell you, I have a funny feeling when it comes to myself that this is going to probably have a knock-on effect. Because I said to Ellen, babe, I'm in no rush to go to the cinema again. And I'm probably going to leave it now for a couple of months. It'll probably be October. You know, when maybe the new Conjuring movie or, you know, Black Phone 2 or something like that. And I can tell you now, I'm going to actively go somewhere else than my local cinema. Because that's how bad that experience was. It's a shame, it really is. So there you have it, folks. That is my story. And again, I hope you don't mind me unleashing this onto you. So yeah, look, I'm going to let you go. So as per usual, If you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below. And please actually share your stories with me. If you've had a bad experience, let me know about it. I'm very curious to hear what you're going to say out there. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.